Good evening. Today I want to speak to you about a world health epidemic that is on the rise. In fact, according to the World Health Organization, there are 50 million sufferers today, with numbers projected to increase by 10 million cases every year unless we can do something about it. The epidemic in question is dementia. The most common type of dementia is Alzheimer's disease, which encompasses 30 to 35 million cases of those who are diagnosed with dementia. In the United States alone, there are 5.8 million people who suffer from Alzheimer's disease. And just to go over some of the most jaw-dropping statistics, the Alzheimer's Association put a small list together, and I'm going to go over it with you. Alzheimer's disease kills more people than breast cancer and prostate cancer combined. Out of everyone diagnosed, 1 in 3 people will die. And only 16% of older Americans who go to their annual checkups will receive regular cognitive assessments as well. In 2019, Alzheimer's and other dementias will cost the United States $290 billion. But by the year 2050, that number will have risen to $1.1 trillion. Every 65 seconds, someone in the United States develops Alzheimer's or dementia. These numbers are staggering, right? So much has been done in regard to research and treatments for the disease, but there's still no sign of a cure. This is why we have National Alzheimer's Awareness Day on September 21st of every year, and the whole month of November is set aside to bring forth awareness, raise funds, research, and increase knowledge of this disease. It's because of statistics like these that I am imploring you to consider adding an additional day of awareness to the calendar. We would call this National Brain Health Awareness Day. Not only would it focus on Alzheimer's and dementia, it would focus on overall ways to keep the brain healthy as we age. National Alzheimer's Awareness Day focuses on building knowledge and gaining awareness for dementia and Alzheimer's between the day of September 21st and the month of November. Brain health would be on our mind throughout the entire year, not just the fall months. I move to vote we assign the National Brain Health Awareness Day during the spring months to coincide with World Brain Awareness Week, which is scheduled in March. Due to the fact that the weather facilitates people getting out and being active in their local communities, April and May would be great months to encourage Americans to participate in activities that would raise awareness for brain health. On the chosen days, Americans would be encouraged to follow the lead of Brain Awareness Week and organize activities that the community will enjoy while bringing brain health awareness to the forefront. Some of these activities would be games such as trivia or other activities that use cognitive skills. Cooking classes to teach people in the community that eating right is a good way to maintain healthy brain function as we age. The Dana Foundation even ran a contest with the children where they all built robots. There are all sorts of fun things people can do to raise funds and support research and raise awareness. They can even do traditional family days where they do things like relay races, tug of war, obstacle courses, and other physical activities because exercise is another important factor to maintain proper brain function. Did you know that traumatic brain injury is one of the most known causes of dementia in older adults? Also, some studies that have shown that fighters such as boxers and wrestlers who have had multiple head traumas have higher risk of developing chronic traumatic encephalopathy, also known as CTE. This condition is a factor that causes not only dementia, but can also bring on Parkinson's disease, unsteady gait, tremor, and other physical ailments that impair mobility. Parkinson's disease alone costs the American people $14.4 billion a year. It isn't just the cost of these diseases that hurt people, though. It's the time that caregivers have to put in. Many times, the caregivers are the children of the patients that are raising children of their own. It is the heartache of watching their loved ones fade away. I'm going to share a couple of my own personal stories that are near and dear to my heart and why I feel so strongly about brain health. My grandmother and grandfather both passed away from Alzheimer's disease. I used to visit my grandmother with my baby daughter every day. She had always hid a Kit Kat in her drawer to give to my daughter Cheyenne. Little by little, I watched her fade away. It started with her forgetting that she told me something and repeating it several times. Sometimes she got frustrated with herself and it would throw her into a horrible mood. Eventually, it got to where she would call me by my mom's name, and soon after that, Cheyenne became me. She couldn't even remember that her husband had passed away. She passed away in 2002. But last year, her son, my grandfather, had developed a mild case of Alzheimer's. He had to live with my mom so that she could make sure that he didn't forget to take his medicine or get in his truck and drive away and forget where he was going. His favorite thing in the whole world to do was to go fishing. He couldn't even go out on the lake anymore because he would get turned around and not be able to find his way home. The night he died, my sister went in to check on him, and he had forgotten to turn his oxygen bottle on. And in a panic, when his old one ran out, he couldn't get it turned on fast enough, and he suffocated due to his brain impairment. This is why we need to continue to raise awareness. Raising awareness today may save many lives tomorrow, next week, and in the years to come. Many people know about how to keep their brain healthy. The more interactive they will be in searching out ways to maintain that health. Everyone has heard of the old proverb, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, but if you teach him to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. This fits well in many aspects of life, but it speaks to the power of knowledge and how it benefits us in the future. I hope that we can continue to raise awareness and knowledge by adding a National Day of Brain Health Awareness to our annual calendars to help empower the ability to greatly reduce costs, sorrow, and loss due to brain disease. Thank you.